It's showtime, folks.
Absolute ass. Hawks drop 1-0 to the Colorado Avalanche with Biok memes in attendance. Yes, I was there and I bore witness to this 1-0 loss, unfortunately. That's a shame, man. It's a shame. That's 3 straight losses now for the Blackhawks. Dropped to 10-8-4 in the year. And as we approach the vaunted Thanksgiving break, we are no longer in a playoff spot. So yeah, the last week or so, I think this team has finally been due to reality check, a snap back to reality moment. It's 3 games, right? I'm not going to act like it's the end of the world, but yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a humbling last 3 games. I'd say the Seattle game, I'm still pissed off about that missed call. It's a game we probably should have won, and that's one bad moment. And I said at the time, you don't want to let things spiral. You don't want to let things spiral after one bad moment doesn't go your way. Cost us that game, but literally the day after we get blown out 9-3 the Buffalo Sabres in what was by far our worst game of the year. And we dropped this game 1-0. But I will say, though, if we look at this game just for this game, and we don't take into account the previous 2, we don't take into account that's 3 straight losses. We don't think about where we were a week ago at the Bedard hat-trick against the Flames. This wasn't a bad game. This really wasn't a bad game. I thought the Hawks played pretty well in this one. Not for the entire game. They had a good first period. Not good. The Hawks had a great first period. They had to get one, though. It felt like they had to get one that first period. They played too good of a period to not get anything out of it. And that's kind of the thought process I go in the second, where it's like, we go in the second period tied. We really shouldn't have. Hawks should have gotten the board in that first period. Just weren't able to solve Wedgwood tonight. Wedgwood was looking like prime Dominic Hasek in net. He's been having a good year for them. Not a good year. He's having a great year for them. The Avs have not had any weaknesses this year, man. This team has not had any weaknesses. And that's the thing. That's what we have to take account this one. It's the Colorado Avalanche. So 1-0. The fact that you go up against one of the strongest teams in the league, one of the most strongest offensively gifted teams in the National, and you give up 1 goal, you can feel pretty good about that. Especially for a team that's such a young decor, they can feel pretty proud about that. Shots are 26-22, pretty even. Really, besides the second period, this was a good game for the Hawks. The second period was atrocious. We were outshot 19-1 the second period, so that was bad. But otherwise, it was a good game. Hawks had a great first period. They had a decent third. Second period was rough, which it has tended to be the case this year. The second period has tended to be the Hawks' weakness, and that was the weakness tonight in this one, unfortunately. Sucks not to hear Chelsea Dagger, though. It sucks not to hear Chelsea Dagger. I was waiting for it all night. I was waiting for Chelsea Dagger, and unfortunately it never showed up. It sucks because that place was so electric tonight. The UC crowd was 20,000 plus strong. It was a fantastic crowd. I think the crowd pop for a goal would have been nice. Well, the atmosphere, that's one positive I absolutely want to take away, which has nothing to do with the team, but the crowd in this game was absolutely electric. It was an awesome crowd. Sunday night, going up against the best team in the league. Dennis Savard bobblehead night. Got my Denny Savard bobblehead. Oh, he just lost his stick. Uh-oh. Let me grab his stick real quick. Yeah, I got my Denny Savard bobblehead, of which he has already lost his stick. Let's see if I can get his stick back in place here. Damn it. Well, I'll work on that later. But yeah, I got my Denny Savard bobblehead, and he just lost his stick. So if that doesn't sum up this Blackhawks game tonight, I don't know what does. If that doesn't sum up my luck, I don't know what does. My luck, especially just going the games, has not been there. I'm 0-2 on the year. 0-3 if you include the preseason. I went to the preseason games at Red Wings, so they got swamped. In terms of regular season games, I went to the Kings game earlier this year, and they lost that one as well. I think that one was 3-1 or something, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what the score was, but I remember we scored 1 goal in that game. It was Bedsy. And we get shut out in this game. So I've seen a total of 1 goal this entire year. I mean, it's 2 games, granted, but still, I would like to see more than 1 goal. I don't know why the Hawks' offense dries up when I show up, but I guess that's just my luck. That's the Biok memes Justin Lynch luck right there. Just not able to catch a break, unfortunately. So, hey, it is what it is. We'll go to more games this year. We got to get a break our way at some point here, right? Or are we just gonna lose every game I go to? In which case, I probably shouldn't show up then. I probably should stop going to games if that's what's going to happen. If I'm a bad luck charm, and I don't know, maybe I just got to watch them from home and just watch on the TV. I don't know. I don't want to be a bad luck charm to this team, but I also love being at the United Center. That's like my home. That's my second home. I want to go to the UC, but it's every time I show up, it seems like bad things happen these days. So I don't know. It just feels like a dark cloud is following you around, and unfortunately affects wherever it is you're at. So yeah, that's life sometimes. At least it feels like it. Maybe it's just mental, but yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Unfortunately, you just gotta work your way around it. But yeah, back to the game. Tangents aside. Yeah, again, going back to the first period, as I was saying, it felt like the Hawks had to take advantage in that first period. You could tell the Avalanche are playing in a back-to-back in this one. You could tell their legs weren't fully in that first period. It felt like the Hawks had to get an advantage in that first period. They had to take the lead. They had to get the first goal of the game. They had to get something out of that period because they had the Avs on their heels. But knowing that Avalanche team how good they are, you knew they weren't going to play like that the whole game. You knew once they found their legs and they found their game, they weren't going to lose it, and that's what happened in the second period. The game just completely flipped on its head in the second period. It was like opposites. We dominated the first period, the Avs dominated the second period. It wasn't even close. They really got in the game, and from that point on, it felt like they were definitely in control, and we couldn't really get back to it. Hawks got a couple big kills. Penalty kill was good. Hawks penalty kill was great. Avs had a few chances in the power play. Weren't able to convert. Definitely another game, I will say. I'm not going to blame the rest for this game, but, there were some questionable calls in this one as well. Some questionable no calls as well. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I don't want to complain about it too much anymore because I'm just so used to it. I'm so used to officiating being bad in this game where it's why even, it's not going to change, man. It's not going to change. The NHL does not hold the refs accountable. So it's not going to change, so why waste breath and time arguing it? It's the same fucking shit all the time. So with the refs in this game, it is what it is. I don't know. And it's not just the Hawks. It's been bad for pretty much everybody. So, but it does feel like the Hawks, unfortunately, seem to be on the negative end of it more often than most teams. I'm not sure there's a stat that tracks that stuff, but it feels like the Hawks' luck with the refs the last 2 years has just been atrocious. But yeah, I'm not going to blame that for why we lost this one. Unlike the Kraken game is one you could look at where it's that one affected the outcome of the game. I wouldn't say it was a case in this one. They actually took back one of their calls in this game on Todd Bertuzzi late, which would have been an atrocious call, but they actually took it back. Which is rare. You really see it for the Hawks. The refs take back their calls, but it did happen later in the game. So, but yeah, back to the second period. You could tell the Avs had us on our heels. We were kind of just surviving, trying to get to the end of the period. We were very close, man. We're only a few minutes away from escaping from the period unscathed, but the Avs do get on the board. Spencer Knight was fantastic in this game, but he had one misplay. He turned the puck over. Avs get opportunity. Then Cale Makar delivers on the rebound. Of course, it's Cale Makar. Who else? So him and McKinnon have been lights out for the Avs this year. McKinnon leads the National, 37 points up. And Makar is, as usual, in the Norris conversation. He's got 30 or 29 points, something like that. He's cooking. He gets the Avs on the board. The one bad play of the game for Spencer Knight. Otherwise, he was great. He had 25 saves, 26 shots. Spencer Knight was great. He's the reason this was a 1-0 game. If Soderblom was in this game, this would not have been a 1-0 hockey game. This probably would have been 4 or 5-0. So yeah, thanks to Spencer Knight. He gave us a chance in this one. He gave us an opportunity. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get on the board, and we're paying the favor there, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Spencer Knight gave us a shot. I'm not gonna. It was one misplay. It was one bad play. I'm not gonna blame him. It happens. But yeah. It was a pretty bad turnover, though, I must be said. Just don't play the puck there, man. Just hang on to it. Just blow the play dead. Cover the puck, get a whistle, live to fight another day. It felt like he rushed that little play there, trying to get the puck out of the zone. It didn't pan out. And the Avs, they're going to punish you for mistakes like that, and that's exactly what happened in that one. So yeah. Hawks' penalty kill was great in this one. What wasn't great was their power play. Power play had a couple chances in this game. Going back to the first period, they had a couple chances and couldn't deliver. And just couldn't really get much going in either of the attempts. So, so that was a negative. Special teams were definitely two-faced tonight. Penalty kill was great. Power play was not great. That first period as well. One more thing. I know I'm kind of going over the place, but going back to the first period, the Connor Bedard line was humming. Bedard had a good game in this one. Didn't have a point. Nobody on the team had a point, obviously. We got shut out. But Bedard was great in this game. He was humming. He set up Ryan Green 3 or 4 times in that first period. And Greener just couldn't finish, man. He just couldn't finish in this game. He had a few high-quality chances, especially to start the game, and just couldn't finish. So I like Ryan Green. I like his game. I like his defensive game. But man, like if you gotta bury one of those, man. You gotta bury one of those. So yeah, if that's going to continue, like we need somebody else up there on that first line, Bedard can put the puck in the net because like that just can't happen. I mean, there are a few chances there. It's like, God, man, put the puck in the net, man. Bedard finishes those looks, but it's Bedard. So, but yeah, that was a bit frustrating. Definitely missing Burakovsky in this one. He's been out since the Kraken game, and definitely missing his presence in this one, especially in the power play. I feel like the Hawks power play is definitely missing Burakovsky's presence. Would like to see him go up against his former team in this one. Definitely a guy who could have made a difference in this one. But it's always if, as Max Verstappen would say. But yeah, Avs carry the 1-0 lead in the third period. You knew it was going to be tough from there because the Avs, once they get a lead, they rarely falter. There's a reason they've won 9 straight games. There's a reason they've lost 1 game of regulation all year. And there's a reason they're 18-1-5, wherever the hell it is. There's a reason they've been so dominant. That's consecutive shots, by the way, too. They shut out the Predators the previous night, too. So, no goals when it comes to Colorado Avalanche hockey. So, 1-0 lead, but the 1 goal is enough for them, man. That's the thing. Going in that third period, I was like, I don't know, man. I have a hard time seeing a scenario where the Hawks come back in this one. I just didn't really see it. I didn't feel it brewing. Because after the first period, the Hawks really didn't get a ton of chances in this one. The Avs really bared down. No pun intended. Big Bears win, by the way. That's a positive from today. I love that Chicago Bears win. Not to go on a bit of a Bears tangent here, but big Bears win, 8-3 on the year. First NFC North. I want to let that Bears win kind of distract me from this Hawks game that I witnessed. Why not? Why not? Big win against the Steelers and 4 straight wins for the Bears. And, man, their chance of making the playoffs this year are looking pretty good. Unfortunately, the Hawks' playoff chances are not looking as good these days. They appear to be going down the drain. But, hey, we're still in mid-November. It's a long season, long way to go. So we can easily get back in it, respond here, recover. Hawks' black jerseys will be on the ice soon. So maybe that's the kick in the ass the Hawks need, the black jerseys. I think the black jerseys are going to provide a spark on Black Friday, and the Hawks are going to get back to their winning ways, right? It's a Black Friday weekend next week. They're wearing the black jerseys against the Preds and the Ducks. So Hawks are just waiting for the black jerseys to arrive to really start playing their best hockey again, right? I'm being delusional. I don't think there's any correlation on that one, but man could dream. Getting back to the third period, Hawks just couldn't generate any time and space. The Avs really clamped down on us, and we couldn't really get much of anything going. The puck possession in this one, the Hawks made some questionable decisions of the puck in this one. Shooting when he probably should, passing up chances he probably should take. We had 22 shots on Wedgwood, probably should have had more because we had a decent amount of ozone time in this game, but didn't really take enough opportunities, didn't generate enough. And towards the end of the game, when we did generate chances, it was mostly perimeter looks. Couldn't really get any great A chances because the Avs just lock it down in their zone. That's a defensively pungent team, man. There's not much you can do about against a team like that. That D-core is just absolutely loaded, and that team in general is just loaded. That's a thing. Sometimes in games, just the better team won, and this is just one of those games. You can do all the analysis you want. The Avs are just a better hockey team, man. That's arguably the best team in the league. They're playing like the best team in the league. They really don't have any weaknesses. The Hawks, I think, They hung with them. The Hawks hung with them this game. Just if you could find one freaking goal, man, send this to overtime. That's what we're hoping for in the third period. Just get one break, one look, one odd man rush, just any opportunity. It just didn't happen, man. It just didn't happen. Hawks, it just didn't happen. We were waiting for it all game. It felt like maybe late there was something coming there, something brimming, but Avs just locked it down, man. They locked it down. Hawks pulled the goal. They didn't allow them to net goals. So that's a positive at least. But, they dropped 1-0 to the Avs. I will say not the most exciting game of all time either. Because once the Avs, definitely it felt like they played as well as they needed to in this one. It wasn't their best play game. Let's be honest. That's when you know you're a good hockey team. When you can kind of have an off night and still win. It definitely felt like the Avs coasted their way to this win. It felt like at times they weren't going 100%. But they did what they needed to do. They did the bare minimum. And, good teams can win even when they have off nights and don't play at their best. And that's the Colorado Avalanche for you. They just did what they needed to do in this one. It felt like they were just in control the whole time. Even when the Hawks kind of had them in the heels a bit, it still felt like the Avs were in control. That's what good teams do, man. They just lock it down. it felt like they were kind of playing with their food with this one, but like that, good teams can afford to play with their food because once they catch it, they're not going to release. So that's pretty much what happened in this one. But as a result, it wasn't the most exciting game of all time. Like they definitely dumbed down the play a bit, and it wasn't really much generated either way. It's kind of a slow game. Not really a lot going on, to be honest with you. One goal in the whole game. The Hawks' old slogan, one goal, returning this one, but not the way we wanted. Not the way we wanted, fortunately. And I'm salty I never got to hear Chelsea Dagger. I'm salty I never got to hear Chelsea Dagger. Yeah. But no, overall, still positives. Like, it was good to be back at the UC. That's always a positive. Got stopped by a few people as well. So, it was good to interact with some fans. And that's what it's all about. The community of the Blackhawks community is second to none. The hockey community is second to none. And it's always fun to be back at the UC and interacting with Blackhawks fans and just enjoying the experience. So, coming together as a city, as a team, as a community, it's great. So, definitely get the more games. I'll try to get as much games as I can. Hopefully we'll get some better luck in those ones than we did tonight. But we'll see. We shall see. But it is what it is. I'm not going to go too long with this one. Bit of a later post game just because I was at the game. So, there's only so much I can say after a 1-0 loss. That's a thing too, where it's like, this was a decent response from the Sabres game. Yeah, we don't get the win, but to go toe-to-toe against the best team in the league it's a solid response. Yeah, we didn't score a goal in this one. Look, we didn't get blown out. It was a close game, could have gone our way, didn't. Good teams are going to win close games like this. The Avalanche are amongst the best in the show. So another learning experience game, another learning moment. Hawks have 2 days rest before the next game. Minnesota Wednesday, I believe. So Hawks get a couple days rest here before that one. So this is definitely a reset, figure out who we are type of moment. Like, I think this is the season-defining week coming up here. Wild Wednesday, then you got Black Friday against the Predators, and then you got Sunday as well against the Ducks, who are amongst the hottest in the league. So that's 3 home games this week. This is a big week, man. This is a big freaking week for this team. I think we're going to find out what this team is really made of over the course of this next week. We've lost 3 straight games. Can we respond? That's what we need to see here. We've lost games pretty much every fashion we could, courtesy of the refs, courtesy of not being able to put any pucks in the net against the best team in the show, and a blowout against one of the worst teams in the show. So, 3 losses in very different ways. Can we respond? Can we figure this shit out? Get back on track? Can we stay in the mix? Can we stay in the playoff hunt? Can we rattle off some wins here at home? We're going to be doing the black jerseys, the all black. Will that give this team a bit of a spark and energy boost? I don't know. We'll see. It's the holidays too. Thanksgiving break, Black Friday, and it's a big week all around. So, can this be a week where the Blackhawks come together and right the ship? Hopefully. Wednesday versus the Wild, another Central Division rival. That's going to be very telling. Minnesota has definitely gotten things on track lately. That's going to be another tough test like this game was. It doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier in the Central Division, man. It only gets harder. So, we'll see. That'll be a big one Wednesday against Minnesota. Hopefully this team can get back in victory lane and right the ship here. That'll be then. This is now. And I think for now, that's all I got. That's all I got for this one. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back Wednesday for Hawks Wild, post game for that. Maybe we'll drop a video in between then. I don't know what exactly yet, but maybe I'll do some different type of video in between then, something different to switch it up, change it up. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll work on something. We'll see for sure. And thank you all so much for watching. Like this video, share it around friends, family, haven't rated, and subscribe. I believe we're at 661 subs. That was recording, so really appreciate that a lot. The support means a ton. And we'll be back in the next one. Justin Lynch, Biok Memes out. We will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.